Why is this video important? Well, first off, it will make you smarter when it comes to your money. And it will make it easier on you so you know the right way to spend, save, and earn your money. First, we will be going over retirement and how you can retire earlier and with more money. And we will also be going over all the different retirement plans. Second, we will be going over how to save for college if you have kids or you're planning on having kids in the future, and the different savings plans that will make funding for your child's education easier. And for the third and final topic, we will be talking about other financial advice that will also improve your current financial situation by Dave Ramsey and David Bach. The cost of retirement varies depending on the person's situation. But if you wanted to figure out your own cost for retirement, you'll need your current age, desired retirement age, current income, and amount of income wanting to replace at retirement. A retirement plan is a financial arrangement designed to replace employment income upon retirement. Some types of retirement plans are pension plans and profit-sharing plans, but the two tax-saving retirement plans that are worth taking a look at are IRAs and 401ks. An IRA is a long-term, tax-sheltered time deposit people set up to help provide income during retirement. The different kinds of IRAs are traditional, Roth, self-directed, SEP, and simple IRA. A traditional IRA is the most basic kind of IRA. A major advantage of a traditional IRA is contributions are tax deductible, which means it reduces the amount of taxes you pay. The qualifications of a traditional IRA is if you have an earned income and are younger than 70 years old, you're eligible to contribute an amount equal to your taxable income, which is $5,000. Or, if you're older than 50 years old, it's $6,000. An example of a traditional IRA is if you have $4,000 in a traditional IRA and an average tax rate of 25%, you can cut your tax bill by $1,000, but it still doesn't eliminate tax. The qualifications for a Roth IRA are very similar to traditional IRAs. Like a traditional IRA, if you have an earned income, then you can contribute up to $6,000 if you're over 50 years old. Also, with both IRAs, you're in control. You have the flexibility to choose many different investments like money market funds, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, etc. But with just Roth IRAs, there is a 10% penalty if you're younger than 59 years old. And if your income exceeds the annual limits up for your tax filing status, you become ineligible to contribute to a Roth IRA. What's different with a Roth IRA is contributions are not tax deductible. You have to pay taxes up front, but when you retire, distributions are completely tax-free. And there is no requirement to take out a minimum distribution at 70 years old like a traditional IRA. In a Roth IRA, your funds can sit idle forever. Withdrawing your money is also tax-free, but earnings in the account are subject to income tax plus addition. A self-directed IRA is for non-traditional, diversified, and sophisticated investments like real estate, businesses, and precious metals. The qualifications for a self-directed IRA have the same basic rules as a traditional IRA, but there are additional restrictions, like you can't use assets for personal benefit until you're 59.5 years old without putting tax-deferred status on the account. And with a self-directed IRA, you are required to have a trustee or a qualified custodian to oversee your transactions, handle your disbursement, and/or collect your funds. A SEP IRA stands for Simplified Employee Pension. SEP IRAs are for businesses, self-employed person, or business owner with employees. And SEP IRAs are simple and inexpensive to set up and maintain. Some special features to SEP IRAs are they can only be funded by employer and employees. and they can't contribute their own money. The employee and owner-employer have 100% full ownership in funds and can put in mainstream investments like money market funds, stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. And without an incurring penalty, you can roll over your funds into a traditional IRA or other retirement plan tax-free, and can withdraw funds between the ages of 59.5 years old and 79.5 years old. Simple IRA stands for Savings Incentive Match Plan for Employers. This is for small businesses that have fewer than 100 employees. Simple IRAs can be set up as 401ks or an IRA. The way a simple IRA works is employees elect to make contributions on pre-tax basis, and employers must contribute a set amount of matching funds. Withdrawing funds between the ages of 59.5 years old to 70.5 years old can without an incurring penalty. But if you decide to withdraw from a simple IRA fund within the 2 years, there is a 25% penalty, and even after 2 years, it still could be an early withdrawal, reduced to 10%. After 2 years, you can roll over your funds into a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA or some other type of IRA. The great thing about simple IRAs is they have fewer restrictions and paperwork, so it's a great starter plan for small companies wanting to minimize administration hassles. Having an IRA is a smart way to go because the dollars go farther and you have a healthy nest egg to spend when in retirement. A 401k is a retirement savings plan sponsored by the employer. This lets workers save and invest a piece of their paycheck before taxes are taken out. There are no taxes until the money is taken out. 401ks are what sort of replaced pension funds. Mostly, pension funds were replaced because of their cost. With a 401k, you control how your money is invested. These plans offer a spread of mutual funds composed of stocks, bonds, and money market investments. 401ks also help you save because there are plenty of restrictions. And 401ks offer matching funds, meaning when you invest enough money to get full matching amount that your company pays to match contributions, usually 3% of your salary. The bad things about 401ks is as an employer you can't tap into your contributions immediately. It's called vesting, which means the amount of time you must work for your company before you have access to payments of your 401k. A 401k is a type of plan that is against employees leaving early. There are costly penalties for pulling funds out before retirement age. The most you can put in your 401k according to the IRS is $15,500 pre- and after-tax dollars. If you're older than 49, then it's $20,500, but it can't exceed your salary or $46,000. The most popular 401k plan is the target date funds, which is a combination of stocks and bonds, which gradually become more conservative as you reach retirement. There are two varieties of 401ks. The difference is tax implications and schedule for accessing funds. With these, you can either enroll right away or within 1 year. With a 401k, it's important to have a beneficiary, which is the person that gets your money when you die. But if you're married, your spouse is automatically the beneficiary. If your company goes under, it's important to roll over your money to a traditional IRA so you don't lose your money. It's important to do a traditional IRA so you avoid paying 10% withdrawal penalty and income taxes. The meaning of diversification is to spread around. The reason why it's important to have diversification in your finances is because it lowers your risk. Like in mutual funds, it's better to put money in each different fund instead of one, hence lowers your risk. This chart is showing two people that both invest $10,000, but one diversifies and the other doesn't. From looking at the graph, you can see how big of a difference diversification makes in your finances. Asset allocation is an investment strategy that attempts to balance risk versus reward by adjusting the percentage of each asset in an investment portfolio according to the investor's risk tolerance, goals, and investment timeframe. This is a very important factor when determining returns for an investment portfolio. Asset allocations are based on the principle that different assets perform differently in different market and economic conditions. A mutual fund is an investment program funded by stakeholders that trades in diversified holdings and is professionally managed. The three main types of mutual funds are stocks, bonds, and money markets, but usually it's all three of these mixed together. Stock funds are funds that invest in stocks. They are the most changeable since their value is rising and falling. These are long-term and have performed better than any other type of investment. Growth funds are a mutual fund that invests primarily in stocks that are expected to increase in capital value rather than yield high income. Income funds are mutual funds whose goal is to provide an income from investments. Index funds are mutual funds whose assets are stocks on a given list. They try to mirror the performance of a particular market index, like the S&P 500. Sector funds are funds that invest a large portion of their assets in the common stocks of a particular industry, like finance, healthcare, or technology. Bond funds invest in corporate and government debt with the purpose of providing income through dividend payments. Bond funds can range in risk from low to high, which they could be very risky. The risk they face are the possibility that the issuer of the bonds, which are the companies, may fail to pay back their debts. But bond funds are usually safer than stock funds. Money market funds invest in short-term debt securities. These funds have relatively low risk compared to other mutual funds. By law, money market funds are limited to investing only in specific, high-quality, short-term investments. They try to keep their net asset value, which represents the value of one share in a fund, at a constant $1 per share. Money market funds are vulnerable to rising inflation, which is the returns for money market funds that have been lower than for either bond or stock funds. The estimated cost of college by 2030 based on our inflation rate on average is $41,228 a year. There are plans offered by the states with many tax benefits that help you pay for college education. Two types of college saving plans in Michigan are the MESP and the MET. The MESP stands for Michigan Education Savings Program. It's a 529 savings plan and it's administered by the Michigan Department of Treasury. The benefits of MESP are all of the earnings from this you pay for a higher education are tax-free. There's a chance of getting $10,000 off your income tax if you're married. You are not eligible for this if you roll over amounts from another 529 plan. Also, you could be eligible for federal, estate, and gift tax benefits. There's $14,000 per donor if you contribute to the MESP. If contributions go over $14,000 in 1 year, the account owner could get up to $70,000 of contributions or $140,000 for joint filers for federal gift tax exclusion. With the MESP, anyone can open an account, but you have to be at least 18 years old with a beneficiary. Michigan residency is not required. Funds can be used at any school, even out of state. Funds can be used for tuition, mandatory fees, books, supplies, room and board costs, and other for education. If the beneficiary doesn't end up doing higher education, you can transfer that money to another beneficiary, but it must be the member of a previous beneficiary's family. There is no time or age restrictions to use the money in the account. The MESP is affordable and easy. There is a minimum contribution per pay period of $15 per beneficiary. Also, when it comes to paying, you can pay in any way, with a personal check, electronic funds transfer, payroll deduction, automatic contribution from the bank, and more. There is no income limitations. The maximum amount of money in the account per beneficiary is $235,000. But you may continue to get the earnings but can't make any more contributions. And also what's great with the MESP is you have access to your account whenever you need it. The MET allows parents, grandparents, businesses, and others to pre-purchase undergraduate tuition for a child residing in Michigan or any Michigan public university or college, including 28 public community colleges. The MET pays for mandatory fees and tuition. The benefits of the MET are students can direct refund payments to any eligible university in the nation, both private and public. Students have 15 years to use the tuition benefits. These benefits can be purchased by semester or by year. The benefits can be transferred to a sibling or first cousin in the event the student receives a full scholarship or does not attend college. The money can be refunded if the student wishes not to attend college. Prepaid tuition earnings are tax-exempt when benefits are used for higher education. The MET will pay future tuition and mandatory fees without additional charge. Dave Ramsey is an American financial author, a radio host, and a motivational speaker. And one of the most famous concepts from Dave is the 7 baby steps. And here's Dave to describe the 7 baby steps and to give other financial advice.
We recommend a program we call the baby steps, because you can walk all the way around the world if you do it one step at a time, step by step by step. And cleaning up and winning with money is the same way. We have 7 baby steps we want to walk you through. Baby step 1, start a beginner baby emergency fund of $1,000. Really quickly, I want you to get a $1,000 rainy day fund just to keep the little emergencies from becoming new debt. Number 2, set up a plan to get out of debt. We use a thing we call the debt snowball, where you list your debts smallest to largest, pay minimum payments on everything but the little one, and attack the little one with a vengeance. When that one's gone, you take the payments you used to pay there, and you attack the next one down. When that one's gone, you take the payments from 1 and 2, and you attack number 3. And you work all of your debts off except your house using the debt snowball. And you do that with real focused intensity. This, I've had it, I'm getting out of debt. Then once you finish baby step 2 and you're out of debt, everything but the house, you go back to that $1,000 account in baby step 3 and raise it up to 3 to 6 months of expenses. Once you've done that, then you move on to baby step 4, which is 15% of your income into retirement. 5 is saving for your kids' college, if that applies to your situation. 6 is pay off the house early. You know, we're teaching people this all over America. They're paying off their homes in 7, 8, 9 years. How cool is that? And without a house payment, you move on to the last baby step. Baby step 7 is become very wealthy and give a bunch of it away. When it comes to money, ignorance isn't bliss. You need to get in a class. Find one that offers both information and accountability. There are classes taught right now in thousands of locations all across the country. In classes, people learn what they need to know, and they put the knowledge to work, encouraging and supporting each other in the process. Read books about money. You know, I've written several, but there are many other people that have written great books. 5 years from now, Charlie Tremendous Jones says, you'll be the same person you are today, except for the people you meet and the books you read. Read, 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 read. Turn your car into a learning center. Zig Ziglar says this, we offer help and hope to callers on more than 300 radio stations, including Sirius and XM, 5 days a week. We take this message of personal responsibility, and we do it in live events several times a year with audiences that number tens of thousands of people. You know, I'm just one guy, but there's other people out there doing this stuff. Listen, help's available if you want it badly enough. You'll find it. I can tell you this, very few things are certain in life, but this much I can promise you. The anxiety, the pain, the calls from creditors, the hopeless cycle of debt, it will continue until you change. Yes, the companies are misbehaving, but you know what? It's up to you to fix your life. That personal responsibility element is where you have control. You can rock your world doing this.
David Bach is an American financial author, a motivational speaker, entrepreneur, and founder of FinishRich.com. And David has the perfect secret for getting rich. One piece of advice David gives is to buy a home. There is no way to get rich by renting. David's own grandma is an example to this. She bought her first home for $10,000 and later sold it for $400,000. Also, it's even smart to buy a few houses and rent them out. The latte factor is a metaphor for all the money you spend on the little things throughout the day and how realizing what your latte factor is can save you hundreds of dollars. For an example, if you would invest $2 per day at a 6% interest rate over the course of 3 years, you would achieve a savings of $2,463. And your latte factor could be anything from coffee, entertainment, food, transportation, and more. Some tips to help with your latte factor are to make your own lunch from home instead of buying out every day, and same when it comes to your own coffee. When shopping, make a specific list so you don't overspend on things you don't need, and to also buy off-brand items. They're usually cheaper. Paying all your bills on time will keep you from paying after fees. After doing this and documenting it for a year, you'll definitely see the difference. Some points to take away from this video are that there is a right and wrong way when it comes to handling money. You can save for retirement as early as now. The cost of college should no longer be a barrier. There's other ways to make money other than working. And there are people and resources out there to help you.